Fox 2 News at 5 starts now.
Breaking news from Dearborn, the FBI back in the city today, making yet another arrest in connection with that alleged terror plot. Good evening, everybody. I'm Roop Raj.
And I'm Dave Spencer. A third person now charged in connection with the alleged terrorism case linked to ISIS. Fox 2's Hillary Golston live tonight in Dearborn with what we're learning about this. Hillary.
Yeah, so we've learned that third person is Ayab Nasser, 19, of Dearborn. We've also learned that apparently he's the brother of one of the suspects and that they live together. Now, this is just about where we saw federal authorities staging before their activity, which they confirmed to us. They say there's absolutely no threat to the public at all here. We spent most of our day trying to catch up with where they were and what kind of potential raids they might have been performing. But one thing we can tell you is that they say the allegations in this extended complaint are chilling. Take a listen. The FBI arrested Nasser today in connection to the alleged ISIS terrorism plot, which investigators say was tied to Halloween weekend. The two other men arrested and charged are Mohammad Ali and Majid Mahmoud. All three were charged in the amended complaint with conspiring to provide material support to ISIS, a radical Islamic terror group. All three are also charged with having firearms that would be used to commit an act of terrorism on behalf of ISIS. The amended complaint, which is now 90-plus pages, involved obtaining AR-style rifles, shotguns, handguns, and other things used for a tactical assault. The feds also say Ali and Nasser are brothers who were living together. I spoke with former FBI agent Ken Gray about how the unsealed court documents may solidify a plot. We can look at the circumstantial evidence and probably hard evidence as well of operational intent in that document that differentiate what was going on here from mere radicalization online tied to ISIS versus a full-throated or sort of a fully kinetic plot.
We see that there's a lot of evidence there that shows that there was this plot that was undertaken. We see things like the obtaining of weapons, two AR-15 or three AR-15s, two shotguns, some pistols, 1,600 rounds of ammunition, a large number of magazines. Talk about trying to do something similar to the 2015 Paris attack there at the Bataclan and at the stadium. All of this shows the intent and the obtaining of preparation of weapons.
Now, there you can see I'm in the vehicle talking to former Special Agent Ken Gray because we were, again, tracking the feds pretty much all over town trying to figure out where they might be conducting these raids. No luck in securing that information, but I'm sure that more of that will be coming. In Dearborn, I'm Hillary Golston, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, Hillary, this makes three people now. Is there any indication that more may follow?
Yeah, obviously there is, because that's something really that we already saw Jerome Gorgon, the Attorney General for the Eastern District of Michigan, say, essentially. So it's likely that the tentacles of this investigation will be broad sweeping. Fox News Digital was reporting that there were two other suspects, possibly out of New Jersey, who were arrested tied to this plot. We're still working to confirm that independently, but they are putting that information out there. Another thing you have to remember is how sophisticated this was. This involved months of surveillance. We're talking about encrypted messages and those images that I showed there in the piece where we were seeing these suspects firing their weapons. So a lot of circumstantial evidence and a lot of hard evidence that investigators are pulling on. So it's very possible that we could be looking at other suspects. Of course, the feds are very careful to keep that close to the vest as not to compromise their own investigation, Dave.
Yeah, we know it'll be an extremely thorough investigation, and we know we'll stay on top of it. Thank you, Hillary.
Well, this is a news alert you need to know about. A major announcement from the FAA. Air traffic in 40 high-volume markets across the country will be reduced by 10% starting Friday morning. We're working to find out if DTW is among them. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the airspace restrictions are to maintain safety during staffing shortages, all because of that government shutdown. Also breaking, one person has died following a workplace shooting in Lapeer County. Police say it happened this morning at Trims Unlimited, a manufacturing business in Almont. The suspected gunman taken into police custody after being shot by a deputy. Let's get live to Fox News' Charlie Lanton. He's been tracking this story from the beginning and joins us now live in Almont with the very latest. Charlie, what do we know?
Well, I'll tell you what, I wish we knew a little bit more than what we do know, but what we do know is that this is definitely a murder situation, and then we have an officer-involved shooting situation. Let's start with the murder. Right behind me here, as you said, Trims Unlimited happened about 8:30 this morning. A known suspect, someone that the people knew who worked there, go into the Trims Unlimited, targeting a person, and he takes out a gun and then shoots one time, hitting that suspect. That's hitting the employee, I should say. The employee is then taken to a hospital where he dies. Now, the suspect then goes and gets into a chase with police about 10 miles or so north of here. Multiple jurisdictions corner the suspect, and then 2 Lapeer County deputies fire shots, hitting the suspect, and that suspect is taken to a local hospital. His condition is unknown tonight. But he is arrested, and he is alive. It's non-life threatening, at least at this point in time. Got a chance to talk to some of the law enforcement agencies that are working on this case and a witness, and here's what they say.
All I can safely tell you here is the subject is known. He shot the suspect here. The suspect was transported to a local hospital and has since succumbed to his injuries.
The suspect stopped his vehicle here on Sutton Road near Wilder Road and engaged with the deputies. 2 deputies responded by firing their issued weapons, and the suspect was shot. He was immediately provided with medical aid and transported to a local hospital under arrest and is still in stable condition at that hospital.
It's very unnerving, I would to say the least. Makes you just wonder what goes through people's minds.
I should also say that 3 police officers were injured in the chase. They were taken to a hospital, but they were released, and also 5 police vehicles were injured. And likely there will be charges. In fact, the paperwork is probably being presented right now to the prosecutor. Those charges, likely murder and others. I am live here in Almont. Roop, I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, I know you're sorting out so much information here, but just to be clear, this person apparently knew the person who he was shooting, allegedly here. And then also, do we have any idea about security in that manufacturing facility and what that looked like?
No, it's a rather small manufacturing facility, a very good company, though. The people that I've talked to, they say they do good. They make seat belts. They sew seat belts and interiors for cars. But it's a good group of people. In fact, everybody in Almont's been very, very good. It kind of shocked the community here because they've never had a murder and then a police chase and shooting, and it just doesn't happen around here. And the people are just they're stunned, to be honest. But more to come on this for sure. Roop?
Yeah, understandably so. Charlie Langton for us live tonight. Thank you.
Election day, come and gone, and we still don't know who won Hamtramck's mayoral race.
Yeah, it is undecided. Both candidates speaking with Fox News' Ingrid Kelly. She's live tonight in Hamtramck. Ingrid, right. What's the holdup?
Well, you know what, exactly. You know, right now the race remains undecided, and right now it boils down to absentee ballots and signatures, believe it or not. So for now, the wait continues. One day after Tuesday's general election, the city of Hamtramck waits for answers as to who won the mayoral election. City officials say right now it's too close to call.
Community is very upset, and they don't know what's exactly going on, how that happens.
Both candidates speaking out Wednesday from their campaign headquarters. One believes it may be more than just a close race at hand.
If anything, we can see that there's a divide within our community, and also that voter fraud still exists.
Why do you say that?
Because we've seen things throughout the campaign where voters didn't decide their vote.
Fox 2 went to the city clerk's office for answers.
The election was really close. There were 11 votes different, okay? So a couple years ago, election law allowed us to give voters until Friday after election, 5 o'clock, to correct absentee ballots that were rejected.
City officials say there are several reasons why the ballots are being questioned.
We have currently about 150 absentee ballots that were rejected for reasons such as no signature on the ballot, no wrong signature, it doesn't match.
So when could the race be decided?
The corrections are due Friday at 5. They are due at Wayne County by Monday. So until Wayne County does their thing to count these ballots, it might take time.
And as the city waits to find out who their next leader will be, many residents have questions.
They should have started reading those absentee ballots earlier. Then they wouldn't have this problem. But in Hamtramck, they never do anything right.
Now, a request for a recount, it has to be made by the candidate, and that request has to go through the county. So again, the wait continues. Reporting in Hamtramck, Ingrid Kelly, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Ingrid. Well, a historic night in Detroit as voters elect the first female mayor and first new mayor in more than a decade. Current City Council President Mary Sheffield defeated Reverend Solomon Kinloch, winning 77% of the vote. Now, we caught up with both her and the outgoing mayor, Mike Duggan, to get their reactions.
Honestly, we're still trying to process everything. It is such a historic moment in Detroit. But overall, just a lot of gratitude for the residents in Detroit coming out to vote and to put their trust and support in me being the leader that can bring forth the change that we need in our city.
I was just very happy for the mayor-elect. Mary Sheffield's been an outstanding member of council. She ran a terrific campaign, and I was really pleased to see the margin.
How to ensure that.
Now you can watch the entire interview with Mayor-elect Sheffield right on fox2detroit.com. Lori.
Well, it's been a breezy day, gusty, windy day, and guess what? It continues into the evening hours as well. We do have a break in sight and much colder temperatures coming in time for the weekend. I'll have your full forecast. Stay with us.
Thanks, Lori. Talk to you, Sue. Also tonight, new details about that catastrophic plane crash in Louisville that left at least 9 people dead and others missing. What investigators know about the condition of the plane that led to the disaster. You're watching Fox 2 News at 5.